Good morning, everybody. Welcome. So, we are going live today on Instagram and also on YouTube. I am trying out this YouTube live feature. I haven't done that before. So, I'm here. Hey, Jen. Nice to see you. Welcome. Hello. Hello. Clean my dream. Good morning. Give me your name. I can't I'm not quite sure whose account that is. I think I know, but um, I'm guessing. Uh, Welcome. Good morning, everyone. So we are here. I was gone for a whole week, and I'm back. I'm back in LA. I was in Nashville. It was a lot of fun. I was with two little munchkins, my friends' little kiddos. They're 3 years old and 1 years old. So I did not have any time to hop on and have these deep, beautiful conversations. Oh, yes, it's Angela from Sweden. Hey, nice to see you. Yeah, you were on Facebook last time, and then you joined um, on Instagram. Is the quality better on Instagram? Is it a easier live? I'm still trying to like figure out where to go live in addition to Instagram, and I was trying Facebook, and now I'm trying YouTube. Just trying to feel my thing out. What was it that made you come over to Instagram from Facebook? Was it because I'm looking at Instagram when I speak, or is the quality actually better with it? I'm like super curious to know that. Yes, okay. So I'm looking into Instagram, and that's what makes the difference. Okay, cool. So we're here again. How was your week? What happened for you? As I said, I want these conversations to be something is a place where the interaction is better on Instagram. That's good to know. That's really good to know. So I want these conversations to be kind of deep. I want them to be kind of transformative, right? Because when you do what you love and you feel empowered to pursue what brings you joy, you improve the quality of your life individually, but you also improve the qualities of the lives of everybody around you. Ah, it's you writing to me. That does make the difference. I love that. I love that. So, and I love the interactivity, by the way. I love the questions that come in. If something pops up in your mind that you want to ask, that you want to talk about, if you're going through something and you want to unpack it a little bit and see what it might look like to raise our gaze a little bit and talk about it at a higher level, from a creation level. So if something is coming up for you, definitely share it and ask your questions. This is a place where we get to have these deep conversations, right? Hi, David. Hi, Luscious Miller. I like that. So this is the reason I go live here, you guys, is so that we can create this bubble of imagination, of creation, of creativity, of empowerment. Really, I want you to feel empowered to be who you are. Hello, girl. Nice to see you. Hey, Kat. So I want you to feel really just comfortable and at ease with following what is your life's dream, right? What is exciting for you, and what brings you joy. Because as I said, when you do that, you don't just improve the quality of your individual life, but with that you improve the qualities of the lives around you. If you have children and you do that, you are letting them know that it's okay to be who they really are. It's okay to follow their heart. It's okay for them to do what is comfortable and natural for them, right? So we lead by example. The only way we lead is by example. Hi, Gabriel. Nice to see you. So that is the entire purpose of the space that we are creating here, is to create space within ourselves to be who we really are, to follow our own individual dreams and objectives and what comes natural to us individually. And that trickles out into our immediate family, into our community, and eventually into the world. Um, and that creates peace within your heart, which then creates peace within the world that you operate in. So it's really actually quite powerful. If this is morning for you, it's a fantastic way to start your day. It's morning for me. It's 8 8:20 in the morning for me. If it's in the evening for you, that's also a wonderful way to close out the day. Because when we raise our vibration, it doesn't matter when we raise it. It just means that we are teaching ourselves to show up in an elevated state of being. So if you have questions, if there are things coming up for you where you're like, I don't know how to deal with this situation, I don't know how to, show up in this particular situation that's making me feel not so good, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And if you have questions about, I really have this thing inside of me that wants to come out, and I just need a little bit more um, guidance to connect to that part of me that holds this information. We can talk about that. So whatever specific questions come up for you, this is our space. This is our playground. This is where we come together to do that. So as we dive in, let's dive into our little meditation. And these few minutes are for you. They're a gift you are giving to yourself. So if you are driving, don't do this. Don't close your eyes. Just listen and do the guidance. Go through the guidance, but don't close your eyes. But if you're not driving, if you're sitting on your couch or in your bed, or at the coffee table or at your desk, see if you can close your eyes and simply bring your attention to your breath, which is flowing in and out of your nostrils. And just listen to my voice. You don't need to see me. You already know what I look like. You don't need to see me. Just listen to my voice and bring your entire attention inward. Notice your breath flowing in and out of your nostrils. And after these few minutes of meditation, we will get into your questions, I promise. Really great question that came in from Ingesa. So but for now, just close your eyes and focus on your breath going in and out of your nostrils. And notice how your breath is exactly where it needs to be in this moment. If your breath is shallow, it's okay. Let it be shallow. If it's deep, let it be deep. And just let it flow in and out at its own pace, in its own way. And allow your breath to just be. And as you focus on your breath, notice how perfect this breath is. How perfectly it oxygenates your body. How perfectly it oxygenates your brain, every cell, every organ in your body. This breath connects you, the physical you, to the non-physical part of yourself, the energetic part of you. When we come into present moment with the breath, when you simply are present with the breath, you are able to connect to who you really are in this moment. You are able to close the gap between you and you, between the physical you and the non-physical you. Because you are accessed only in the now, in the right now. And one of the easiest ways we can do that is by noticing the breath flowing in and out of the nostrils. And as you focus on this breath, you might notice that there are tension points within your body. Maybe your neck feels kind of stiff, or your shoulders are carrying a weight of tension. Maybe those muscles between your vertebrae feel tight. Maybe you're holding on to tension on your thighs and in your ankles. Maybe there's tension in your forehead, creating creases in your face. And as you focus on the breath, see if you can loosen your grip on this tension. Simply loosen your grip the way you would loosen your grip on a glass of water that you're holding in your hands. Just loosening your grip and letting the tension drop away. You might notice that moment when the tension drops away as you let go of it. You might feel an opening up inside your body, your breath flowing in a little bit deeper into that space. Maybe your hip bones settle into your seat a little bit more easily. Your arms relaxing in your lap, your thighs relaxing into your seat, your ankles, your shins relaxing, your feet, releasing all of that tension. And all the while, your breath might be becoming a little deeper, a little deeper, a little more relaxed. Now, as you focus on this breath flowing in and out with your eyes closed, you might feel a gentle tingle of vibration flowing over you, through you. You might feel it in your face, in your hands, like a gentle pulsing of energy. You might feel it in your feet. And you might feel it in that space outside of your body also, that space outside of your hands, like a bubble of energy surrounding you, pressing against your back. You might feel it around your face, around your head, in that space around your head, that space around your chest. And as you breathe, you might feel this bubble of energy expanding outward, reaching outward, and you suspended inside of it. Now see if you can allow everything else, everything that is not this energy and that is not you, drop away. The room that you're in drops away. Any other sounds that you might hear dropping away. Any furniture, any people that might be around you just dropping away. until you are suspended inside this bubble of energy with nothing else other than you. Just a complete void, the safe bubble of blackness, of nothingness. Everything else, all thoughts, emotions, things, people, everything just dropping away, dropping away, dropping away. And you might feel your breath coming more easily now, flowing into you with more ease. Now, in this space, in this void, see if you can conjure up in your mind's eye something that you desire to create in your life. Whether it is a thing that you want, whether it is people that you want to support your dreams, who believe in you, whether it's a dream in which you do something in particular and achieve some success in particular, maybe. Whatever it is, allow a scene to come up and expand in front of you in this blackness that surrounds you. Let the blackness become a screen, as if you're watching the scene unfold, the scene from the future, the scene in which what you want has come to pass. What you are creating has already been created. The experience you desire is unfolded already. And see if you can watch the scene in front of you. Watch the scene unfold. And what does it feel like to watch the scene unfold? Allow the scene to become real, as if you are truly watching a memory from the future, as if you're truly watching a movie on the screen of your mind. And when it is real enough, see if you can step into it. Instead of the watcher now, become a part of that scene. Step into the scene you have created. Be inside of it, as if you are now living this memory from the future. What does it feel like to be there right now? To be experiencing this right now? What does it feel like for your dreams to have come true? For you to be in that experience of receiving the thing you wanted once? What does it feel like to have all of the support that you want? To be surrounded by people who believe in you, who admire you. To be surrounded by people whose dreams you believe in, who are doing all of the most amazing things. What does it feel like to be surrounded by success, to feel powerful, to feel capable, to feel worthy, to know that this right here, this memory from the future, this event from the future is your birthright, that you are moving toward this, that it is already done, that it is already yours, that you get to live this life. And now conjuring up the emotion of gratitude within your heart, within your chest, feeling so grateful to have made it this far, to have achieved this dream, feeling so appreciative. What are you grateful for? How does it feel to give thanks, to receive with grace, to receive with love, to receive with worthiness? This is your birthright. This is what you are meant to live. Now, feeling so grateful and so in love with this future that you have created, this memory of the future that you are living in right now. Take a deep breath in, allowing your belly to expand, allowing your belly to expand all the way to the brim, allowing your chest to expand all the way to the brim, and hold your breath at the very top. Hold your breath at the very top, feeling so grateful for this vision, for this memory from the future that you know is already yours. And then open your mouth and sigh as you let go. Once more, fill up your belly, fill up your chest, sucking in so much air into your belly, into your chest, allowing everything to expand all the way to the brim, allowing everything to expand all the way to the brim, and then hold your breath at the very top, feeling so much love for who and what you are, feeling grateful for yourself, for being here, for having the ability to create with such clarity that which you want. And then open your mouth and sigh as you let go. And one last time, fill up your belly, fill up your chest, filling everything up all the way to the brim. Fill everything up all the way to the brim, like a balloon filling up with air all the way to the brim. And hold your breath. When you can't take any more air in, hold your breath at the very top. Feeling so powerful, feeling like the creator that you are, knowing that you are the energy that creates worlds individualized in human form, and you are here to create this future that you desire, knowing this in every cell of your body, feeling this power in every cell of your body. And then open your mouth and sigh as you let go. And when you're ready, release the vision. Bring yourself back into your body. Tell yourself that it is done. This is what your future holds. Release it with the knowledge that you have everything that you desire. It is already yours. Bring yourself back into this present moment. Bring yourself back into your body. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Beautiful meditation. Thank you, Angela, for sharing your desire, your creation. I hope you were able to create that which you desire. People who believe in you, who support your dreams. When you are back from the meditation, put a little heart or a message in the chat box. If there's any questions that came up for you, let me know in the chat. That was a really wonderfully powerful meditation. If you're just joining us, I really recommend once this live is available to go back and watch it. Something really powerful happens when we imagine, that which we want. The world that we create is created through our imagination. The first draft of everything that we create in our lives is created in our imagination. Therefore, everything we create in our lives is also limited by our imagination. So if I don't let myself imagine, I don't let myself create. That is such a powerful thing to know that when I am limiting my imagination, when I am limiting what I can see, I am also limiting my life. When we imagine deliberately that which we want, we mobilize our ability to create. We pull to ourselves the forces that surround us to become collaborators in our vision. The more deliberate we are with our thoughts, the more deliberate we are with our imagination, with our desires, the more deliberately we are creating the world around us. Now, sometimes we have really big vision, really big things we're imagining, but our lives don't respond. It's hard to create that which we want. That happens when we counter our powerful imagination, our powerful visions of what we want with doubt, with fear, with unworthiness, with language that is limiting. So when I say things like, I really want that, but things like that never happen to me, right? So I am not allowing the things I want to come through to me. When I say, it's really hard for me to find, I'll just read, Angela, your message, right? It's super difficult to find the persons that support my dreams, who believe in me. So, that language, you can see there is resistance in that language. You've already decided that it's difficult to find those people. And the language and the belief behind that language interfere with the dream, with the ability to find those people, to find those allies. Now, half of our job is to create that which we want. The other half is to release those things that create resistance, to catch ourselves when we use language, when we think thoughts that are getting in the way, and reframe those. So, how else can we say that would actually be in support of this beautiful image that we just created in our meditation? One way would be to say, I know that there are people out there who would support my dreams, who would believe in me. And maybe these people are also doing really cool things and they are looking for allies as well. And I know those people are out there. I know they are around me somewhere. And I know that I can find them. I know that they can find me. And I am open to this possibility. Let me know if that reframing releases some resistance internally, if it feels like relief. You can see there's a lot of tension in it's really difficult to find those people who are going to support me. There's a lot of tension there. There's already a decision made that it's hard. So then it's going to be hard. But reframing it, changing it to something like, the more I focus on feeling good, the easier it becomes for me to find my allies. Wow. The more I focus on feeling good, the easier it becomes for me to find my allies, to find those people who support my dreams and whose dreams I can support. Wow. You can see that releases some of that tension. It lets go of that rigidity, and it allows for the spaciousness. It allows for an openness for those allies to enter. So I really would urge you, as you are on this journey, part of this journey is that imagination, imagining a future that we want to live in. And to support that, to support it, gradually chipping away at and releasing all of those thoughts, the language that keeps us kind of like fighting against the thing we created in our imagination. If you have the ability to see it in your mind's eye, it is already yours. So, another way of saying that is, I have seen this and I know it's already mine. It's already coming my way. The more I connect with this vision, the easier it comes. The easier I'm able to recognize all of the pieces. The easier it becomes for me to be in the right place at the right time, to meet the right people. So now I'm releasing tension, connecting with my vision, connecting with my power to create, because I'm no longer negating it with my doubts, with my fears, with ideas, with things I've already agreed on that are in direct conflict with what I am creating. So let me know. Hey, Jean-Claude, nice to see you. Let me know if you have any questions about what we're talking about. Um, we just had a really powerful meditation, and we have been talking about manifesting and creating that which we desire and what stands in our way and how to kind of release those things. I'll take a sip of water from my hot, crazy water jug. By the way, Hot Crazy Band, really amazing band. You can find them on Instagram as well. All right. So let me know any questions that have come up for you. Anything else that you want to talk about? And if there are no more questions, we will close this out. Just reminder, you guys, if you are interested in connecting more deeply to that non-physical part of yourself, I wrote this journal called Channeled Writing Journal. There's a section at the beginning that it's basically a guidebook on how to close the gap between you and you, between the physical part of you, the human part of you, and the non physical, energetic part of you. Because channeling basically means hearing with clarity that voice of your inner being, your soul, and then translating that into something. In this journal, you learn to translate it into writing. So there's a lot of journal entries, and you can actually listen to and then translate those messages from your soul, from the non-physical part of you, into text. So you can start building a connection and a relationship with yourself. So if that's what you're interested in, really wonderful little journal. It has, as I said, that front part basically is a step by step on how I do it. Because as you know, I've channeled our Oracle card deck, really powerful deck, really beautiful deck. And Luscious Miller has a really great question here. So I'll show you these real quick. Gold on the side, gold on the back. And let's talk about your question. How can you just get through life hoping everything's gonna be all right, but every time it takes a turn for the worst? And thank you for your time. Oh, you're so welcome. Um, okay, so how can you go through life hoping everything's gonna be all right, but then every time it takes a turn for the worst? Part of it is realizing that your life is never shrinking, it's actually expanding. You're never becoming less. You're always becoming more. Okay? So that's a really big like important thing that I just said, right? You're never becoming less. You're always becoming more. How are you always becoming more? And that's where every time, life takes a turn for the worst comes in, right? Because if things didn't become challenging, you would have no need to become more than what you are in this moment. Does that make sense? So if things were always steady, if there were never any challenges in your life, you would never have any need to become more. Because your nature is one of expansion, because your soul came into the physical body in order to expand itself, right? Because your soul is expanding. Yes, your soul is infinite, your soul is perfect being, but your soul is not at its ultimate level of expansion. It is continually expanding and becoming more. It is continually becoming more dense. Um, it's becoming more intelligence and knowledge. It's becoming more. Everything is becoming more. It is constantly expanding, and it wants to expand. I'm going to pull things back a little bit and explain it in a slightly different way. Okay, imagine you are a immortal, infinite being, and you create. You're omniscient, and you create with instantly. You create that which you want instantly. Okay, so you think of it, you imagine it, and poof, it's created. What really is the fun in that? There's not a lot of fun in that, because it's like you think it and it's there, you think it and it's there, you think it and it's there, you think it and it's there. It's yes, it's paradise. It's just everything that you want all the time. It's paradise, right? But it's not fun, it's not exciting. There's nowhere to go, there's no way to improve, there's no way to become more, because everything's constantly always there. So what do you do if you are this infinite being that has a desire to create, has a desire to become more, always wants to become more? What do? You create limitation, right? You create limitation. You say, oh, I wonder if I can create, if I can continue to create in this setting, in this little setting. You create limitation. The limitation might look like, I wonder if I can create in a physical world where I have no awareness of my non physical perfection, where I have no memory of my ability to create instantly with my thought. So you come into the physical world, you create a physical world that you come into, and you, by the way, your soul doesn't bring all of itself into the physical form. It only brings a percentage of itself in the physical form. Yeah, younger souls will bring more of themselves, like 60-70% of that energy. Older souls will bring less of themselves into the physical form. Why do we do that? We want to challenge ourselves. We want to see if we can do it in these settings, in this setting. If I can do it, if I was a paraplegic, if I can practice my power of creation, if I, was born into an abusive environment, if I can, practice my power of creation, if I was in a life where I was trapped in a different body than what I wanted to be in, right? So there's a lot of different scenarios that we create, that we come into, and in order to experience those challenges, in order to ask those questions, in order to find answers to them, all because we want to become more of what we are, right? If there are no questions, the answers don't make any sense. There's no answers. If I say to you, 18, the answer to your question is 18. Do you care about that answer? No, you don't care about that answer. You're like, I don't understand what that even means, right? But if you ask me a question and you say, hey, Ellie, how many years did it take you to find inner peace from the time you were suicidal? I say it's been 18 years since that time. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah. I started my spiritual journey 18 years ago. Okay, yeah. Now that question, that answer has importance to you, because it answered a question you had. So, how can you hope for the best when every time things go for the worst, right? By recognizing what those contrasting experiences are. When things go for the worst, that is a contrasting experience. That I don't call it trauma, I don't call it terrible thing. I don't call it this is the worst thing, right? It is contrast. It's contrast. And contrast is nothing but questions. Problems are nothing other than questions. And without questions, you can't have answers. And without answers, you can't have expansion. So it's a perfect system. When you play a video game, I don't know if you're into video games, if you play chess or I don't know, whatever it is, right? If you play a video game, um, is it fun to have all of the answers laid out in front of you instantly? You enter that world of the video game and you have all of the answers and then you come out. No, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. What's fun is for you to go exploring and seeing, oh, what happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? And then I need to like learn these new skills to pass this level, and I need to learn these new other skills to pass that level, and I need to interact with these other players and find the puzzle pieces and then put the puzzle pieces together. And so the fun of it is in figuring out what the questions are and then figuring out what the answers are and then putting those two things together and then saying, oh wow, okay, so now I figured it out. So why does our lives turn into go down these like difficult paths? It's because those difficult paths create questions for us. And those questions, those problems create solutions. The moment a problem is created, the solution is created. So, what are some ways we can, when we have this awareness, right? What are some ways we can speak to ourselves so that we don't get stuck in the problem? Because what happens in our world right now, our world is upside down, you guys. It's upside down. And I think it's upside down because we don't understand what contrast really is. And we get stuck in the contrast. We get stuck in the problems. Because the reality of the matter is the moment a problem is created, the solution is also created. The moment you ask a question, the answer exists, right? So, but if I just focus on the problem, if I'm in a contrasting experience and I get stuck in the problem, if I get stuck in the asking of the question, I'm not going to see the answer. I'm not going to see the solution. So, what needs to happen then is we got to change the way we see those problems and thereby change our relationship with those problems, thereby change the way we talk about those problems. So, how might I talk to myself when I am in an extremely contrasting experience that's creating a lot of pain for me? How might I talk to myself? I might say something like, this too will pass. This problem will pass. I might say to myself, I wonder what expansion this is creating in my life right now. I might say to myself, wow, when I find the solution to this, when I connect with the answer to this question, I'm going to feel so amazing. I might say to myself, this isn't a permanent state of being because questions are not a permanent state of being. And I might say to myself, I know that because there's this, the opposite also exists. So what do I want? What am I creating through this experience? If I'm experiencing poverty, I'm creating wealth. If I'm experiencing ill health, I'm creating health, right? If I'm experiencing conflict with my family, I'm creating connection with my family. So the solution, the answer, the thing that I'm creating exists the moment the conflict arises. And the solution is what creates that expansion for me. So if I can pull my awareness away from the problem and put it into the solution and into the answer, into the thing that is being created that feels actually good, I am participating in my own expansion. Because as I said at the beginning, you guys, you are never becoming less. You are always, always, always becoming more. You are always expanding. You are never shrinking. Your soul is always expanding. And by the way, I should say this, whether you as a human in the human form figure out how to find peace or not, your soul is still expanding. Isn't that something? Your soul continues to expand whether or not you figure it out in this life. So, for you to be in a contrasting situation is not a bad thing for your soul, because your soul, those answers are already created and they are already accessible to your soul. The moment that you ask the question, the moment that the contrast happened for you, the suffering happened for you, in that moment, the opposite, the solution was created. The moment illness happened for you, health was created. The moment poverty happened for you, wealth was created. And your soul is is experiencing it. So your soul has already expanded, right? Whether or not you catch up to it, right? It's a much more enjoyable human experience for us if we do catch up to it, if we do find ways to soothe ourselves and come up to speed with the solution and move ourselves to the solution rather than being stuck in the problem, right? It's in our human benefit to do that, because it really creates a much more enjoyable experience of going through the physical life. But the life is never lost for your soul. Your soul came into the physical form in order to expand, and it is doing it. It is doing it, right? So when we're up to speed with that expansion, it feels amazing to be human. It's so enjoyable, and those contrasting experiences come, my life makes a turn for the worst, and instead of getting anxiety and instead of getting stuck in it, in the problem, I get excited, right? I say, wow, I'm expanding. There's more expansion coming. There's more expansion coming. I wonder what this expansion is all about. I wonder what cool thing I've created now that I can get up to speed with, right? So really, that's how you can go through life hoping everything's going to be all right, because everything is going to be all right. Everything is constantly all right. Everything is always all right. Everything is always expanding. Everything is always working out. Everything is always creating solutions for you that you can, in every moment of every day, become up to speed with, and therefore feel good, and therefore participate in your own individual human expansion. I hope that that answer was helpful. Let me know if it was, if it wasn't, if it brings up any other questions for you. Hey Haley, nice to see you on YouTube. I'll take another sip of water as you ponder your questions. And if there's no questions, we've been on for almost an hour, so we can log off, I think. So I'll show you our Oracle deck, in case you are curious about them. So this is the deck that I channeled. It's called Your Heart Knows the Way. Angela ordered it all the way from Sweden, which I really appreciate. Oh my gosh. And the cards are so freaking powerful. Oh yes, I can definitely pull a card for you. Okay, so let's pull a card. So this deck, if you're not familiar with it, is inspired by the Rumi quote that says, "Your task is not to seek for love, but to seek and remove the barriers against it." And every card, there's 52 cards. Every card speaks to a barrier, something we're doing in the moment that's keeping the heart closed and keeping love from flowing through the heart. The cards are really beautiful. They're illustrated by Crystal Lorco, who's a Los Angeles based artist. They're really quite stunning. And the messages are very short, but they're very deep. So I will pull a card and I will read it to you. Just fair warning, because of the nature of them, they can cut to the chase. As um, I was at a Conscious Life Expo and I was pulling cards for people, and one lady said, "Whoa, those cut to the heart of the matter." I'm like, "Yes, they do. They cut to the heart of the matter." So be prepared for that. If you're here, if you're seeing this card reading, this message is going to be for you. There's no accidents, you guys. If you're here, this card is for you. So let's see what card we pull. Oh my gosh. So this is the only card in the deck that has two people on it. It's called Walk Each Other Home, card 42. Can you see it? There we go. It's so beautiful. Okay. Hi, Star. Nice to see you. I was just thinking about you, honey. I hope you're doing well, following your dreams, being your beautiful, amazing self. Okay, so if you're here, Star, see, this card might be for you. You just joined right at the right time when we pulled this card over here. Okay, walk each other home. Beautiful painting. And this card says, we are always walking each other home in twos. And in every pairing, we are a teacher and a student each. Do you feel alone and unable to connect? Do you wish for guidance or for someone to lean on? You face an important decision in life, one you fear making alone. But who is there to ask for guidance when your allies are few and your fear of asking for help so high? In your despair, you've closed your vision and ignored those who already walk beside you. You've isolated yourself inside illusions of independence and created separation where there is none. This card reminds you that you are never alone on this path of life. Your guides are many. To find them, you must but look. Every person you encounter is here to guide you. Every relationship is a mirror showing you yourself. When you're ready for a lesson, your teacher always appears. Today, come out of your self imposed isolation and find your teachers in others. You'll recognize your teacher by the emotional charge that your relationship carries. Ask, what has this relationship taught me about myself? And as you answer, marvel at the perfection of your connection that ensures you are never alone. Woo! My God. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Star, for doing the journal. I'm so glad that you liked it. Oh, that means so much to me. That means so much to me. So, the journal she's talking about is the channeled writing journal. I'm so happy. You are just a well of creativity, Star, and I'm so always looking forward to um, how you express yourself, your creativity, your beautiful self. So it makes me so happy that you are connecting more deeply to your own soul, to that part of you that has all the wisdom and knowledge, right? And what an amazing, amazing card. I hope this resonated with you. Angela says that it's spot on. And I actually was thinking about you, Angela, too, because of that question you asked, and sometimes it's easy not to see that the people who are walking beside us, right? So so I really want to leave you maybe with one thing, that today, you know, for the next 24 hours, see if you can remove that language of, I am alone, I don't have a support system, I don't have those allies, and really change that to, my allies exist and they are all around me, and all I have to do is look. and I will be able to see them, and really create that openness, that space for those allies to um, to show themselves to you, right? And be open to seeing them, truly seeing them, and see what happens. See what happens. Very cool. So, any other questions? We've officially surpassed the hour. I think we're about an hour in now. So, if there's any questions, do you know my family? This was 100% accurate. I needed that advice. Thank you. Oh yeah, yes, I do know your family. You are. I am also your family, right? And I know. And Star, sometimes it does feel lonely, especially being in our family, you know, and but there are allies even within our family, right? And there are allies outside of our family, obviously, and I know you've found some community as well. But I'm an ally of yours. You can call me anytime, and those allies do exist, and the more we connect with ourselves. And I'm so happy you did this journal, and it is a part of your library, because the more you connect with yourself, the more you are able to recognize the people who are allied with you, right? Because the more you'll be able to attract to you people who are in that, in your vibration, in connection with you, right? The more we connect to ourselves, the easier it becomes for us to connect with those who are vibrationally aligned with us. So I'm really happy that you are doing this work, because it's not easy. It's not easy to be in our family. I agree with you, right? But the allies are there. The allies are there. And the more you know yourself, the more comfortable with you are with who you are, the easier it becomes to connect with others. So I'm so glad that that message resonated with you. You joined at the exact perfect time for that card reading, so I know it was for you. Angela, thank you for joining from the very beginning. And Star, if you want to go back once this is live, and you want to go back and watch the rest of it, we do a really amazing meditation, and you can kind of like fast forward to the meditation if you want. I think 5 or 6 minutes in, we do that meditation, and it's I think you'll really like it, and I think it might be really helpful in creating that vision of the future, where you feel um, like you are surrounded by your allies, by people who believe in you, who support you, who love you unconditionally, and and you are creating the life of your dreams. So in that meditation, we created a vision from the future that we want to live within. Okay. All right. I love you so much. I love you so much, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do these lives, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. I'll probably ramp up to 5 times a week, but I'll try to do them as often as I can. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, for spending this hour with me. Love you very, very much, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Mwah. Bye. Yes. Oh, I guess the sound cut out. But yes, definitely go watch. And yeah, that's what I said. And stream and stream.